Right. Right. I I had a sorry, I'm walking through the dark here. Um I had a something I wanted to share about a situation I had where I had this dream. It was pretty weird. And the uh the dream was like I went into the bathroom, right? And I stood over the bathroom sink and I was cleaning the stomach area, like the navel, what have you. So when I was doing this, and I know this sounds weird, but this is what happened. So I was, trying to the stomach area. I'm holding it and trying to clean the navel area. And as I was
Mm-hmm.
doing that, some like how the deep, rich, dark soil that you see on the ground,
Yeah.
it literally like fell out, like out of my stomach some kind of way, mysteriously,
Mm-hmm.
and just fell into the sink. And then I see these earthworms, like not a lot, but just like two or three, like they slowly crawl and then they just disappear. And I'm just staring and looking at the sink while this is happening. And I'm
Was
trying,
this a dream?
yeah, this is a dream I had. Yeah. It was so weird. I never dreamt that before. I always wanted to get your take on it to see what was maybe that about, or was that something that I need to know, or
Okay, so you dealing with the navel. The navel
right.
is synonym for root attachment,
Okay.
right? So the roots of the tree is the family tree. The family tree is in the soil. The soil is in the navel,
Okay.
right? And
Okay.
earthworms live in soil,
Right.
right? So what you describing um, is basically some children in your family tree waiting to be born. How
Coming from
many earthworms did you see?
like about two or three at the most.
Yeah. So we talking two or three children waiting to come in. It could be yours, it could be your nieces, your sisters, or your close cousins. They gotta be close to you for you to have a dream. So if it ain't you, it's gotta be somebody close to you with three babies waiting to come in. So they trolling around the root, waiting to come in through the umbilical cord.
Wow. Okay. Well, I have two older sisters. They're half sisters. One we share the same mother, with the other we share the same father. So the one that I share the same mother with, I don't really have much communication with her because a lot of bad relationship with
Hmm.
our mother.
That's common. That's common. That's
Yeah,
common.
and with me, she doesn't. She said something to me very not so nice regarding children, actually. So I just cut her loose. I was just done. So, she already has a daughter who's, her daughter's already grown. Um, the sister who I share the same father with, I just found her because my dad kept her secret for years,
I
and I found
remember you
her.
telling me about that.
Uh,
I remember you telling me about her.
yeah, because I found her on social media. So she already has grown children. So I don't know. But I understand what you're saying though in terms of that makes sense. So that means it could be the children maybe having children or
Well, it's coming from the family tree,
okay,
right? So
right.
what it's looking like is for you to get the message,
Mhm.
right? That make you either the high priestess of the family or the big mama in the family, the matriarch, right? If
Mhm.
you're the high priestess, you're gonna automatically start working with the matriarch, like her right hand. If you're the matriarch, then the high priest is gonna come to you. Now, what happens is when you see the children, if you don't clock them in under the fear category, you give them permission to come in unencumbered. But when you start worrying about all of the negative shit they be putting on us, fearmonger shit that we was talking about with the last guest,
Right.
right? That's creating a bad energy to bring them in.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Right.
Not doing that.
Right. So, yeah. So that's just how you. It's all perception at that point,
Say it
right?
again. Say that
It's
last
all
one.
perception at that point. So you just got to figure out. So your job is figure out like you can talk to yourself. You can even talk. You can make your thoughts echo through your womb to get message from source, right?
Okay.
Put your left hand on your third eye, forehead. Put your right hand on your uterus,
Okay.
right? And try to feel the connection from your palms energetically from your third eye to your uterus, right?
Mhm.
And then that's when you start communicating with your portal. Your portal opens up a gateway of information men are not privy to, so I can't tell you what's there,
Right.
right? Because y'all got to have certain information that's women information. It's not for men. I
Is that
can tell you how to tap in, but I can't tell you what you're gonna get.
is that something I should do every day with the third eye and uterus?
Practice make perfect.
Okay.
The more you practice, the better you get. And women can turn on and off their menstrual cycle once they tune in to their uterus on that level. That means that you don't never have to have menopause, or you can turn your cycle off because you don't want to go through them cycles. And then you can have what they call bloodless cycles, right? That's a whole nother ball game.
I'm I'm actually experiencing that right now, and it's not because I want to experience it. I'm thinking it's something else regarding the shedding from vaccinated people. Because before that, it was fine until I started working at this building recently, and
Yeah, I don't think they got to. It's more closely related to your ascension than it is to the people that's vaccinated shedding. Because it's only a certain amount of people that actually got the bullshit. It's
okay,
more, it's more people that's in what you call the placebo group than it is in the control group.
okay.
Right. So they
So,
know who they get that shit to. They know who they giving what. It's recorded.
I shouldn't stress over that part.
No, no.
No. So so you're saying I'm going through it might be an ascension situation.
Yeah. And
I'm
the only
ascending.
way you're gonna really know is when you tune in to your inner self. Because all your answers is already there. I'm just telling you how to tap.
Okay.
Right. So when you
I
create that circuit,
right. I
and
it's funny because I just turned 50, so I haven't had any children yet. I
well, that
never
don't mean
I never
yeah, that
huh?
don't mean nothing though. That don't mean nothing though. And
Okay.
look, some women got a standard for the male that they will have children by. And until they meet him, they will not have a child. No matter how much they think they in love with this guy, he is not the one that they already decided in the womb when mama was pregnant who they was gonna have babies by, right? Or when grandmama was pregnant with mama. It can go back that far. When you born in this lifetime, you don't until you find who you want to have babies by for real from a higher perspective, you won't
Hmm.
have none. If you will spontaneously abort in the first trimester a lot, right? Because he's not the one that you supposed to have your babies with. That's why you see people being marriages 20 years can't have no babies,
Hmm.
right? Then they
Right.
divorce. He go have a baby with another woman, she go have a baby with another man. They wasn't never fucking baby compatible. They was just compatible for now to learn life lessons. They not baby making compatible. Right? Just because you fertile don't mean you're gonna make a baby with just anybody. Your body is smarter than you give it credit for. It remembers more than you give it credit for remembering. Right? When you
Mm-hmm.
break a bone, you unlock ancient memories. You scratch a bone, you unlock ancient memories. Right?
Right.
I was breaking up a dog fight, got bit. Dog bit my hand, and I remember fighting a dinosaur.
Wow.
Right? Getting bit by the dinosaur. I remember that shit. It was like it had snapped me all the way back thousands of years ago. And I was like, holy shit, that shit. And I wasn't as woke as I am now. It scared the shit out of me because I thought I had lost my mind by getting bit by a dog. I
Right.
said, that don't make sense. How the fuck I lose my mind? So now for the next 3-4 days, I'm trying to figure out how to get my mind back because I got bit by my dog. Right? But I didn't ever lose my mind. I just wakened to another part that I didn't even know was available.
I
Right?
see.
And so we go through certain stuff in life. You might break a leg, break an arm, and you be like, oh, I broke my arm. I'm like, what the hell I did? It was meant to happen in order for you to awaken certain things. So when you came into this body, you said the only way I'm going to remember this part is if I break my arm when I get 33 years old, 7 days and 2 weeks. You know,
Mm-hmm.
now that you're there, boom, it happened. You don't have no recollection of how you told yourself to remember it. But the trauma bring the memory back that you need for the rest of your progress in life.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm glad. Thank you for that insight, because um, I was numb, based on what my sister told me. That wasn't so nice because I knew that's her character. But then
Yeah.
somehow recently, what she had said that to me, it hit me recently. Like, just thinking about it, I'm like, that was just not nice for her to say that to me
Well, I'm not
about.
sure what you said, but I tell you this: a lot of people say mean stuff because you can take it. They don't say mean stuff because it's gonna break you. They say it because you can take it. So you got to take it on in order to make you stronger for the next person that's gonna say way worse to you.
It was regarding me not having children. That's what she
Mm-hmm.
was saying to me.
Yeah.
She said it to me in a text, and I just kind of brushed it
Look,
off. But
like I said, everybody ain't supposed to have children with anybody. Some
mhm,
ladies, some girls can just lay with anybody and make a baby.
yeah,
Right? They natural, what we call breeders. Then you have selective breeders. Selective breeders don't just have babies with anybody. They can't just lay down with anybody and get pregnant. It's just not going to happen.
right.
And she don't really need birth control because it's not going to happen. Right? But once you get conscious control of subconscious phenomenon, then you can change all of that. And that's moving into your God position. First person perspective, seeing the world from an indifferent view. Right? You can't never see the things in the world that's happening to you. They just happening in the world that you just so happen to be in at the same time. And you cross paths with that thing. Right? It's not
Mhm.
personal. Mother Nature doesn't take personal vendettas out like they Bible guide do. He take out personal vendettas and kill off whole tribes and kill their livestock and everything because he caught an attitude, got in his feelings and felt jealous. That's not how Big Mama moved. Big Mama don't get jealous. She don't give a fuck about your feelings. She just only care if you gonna do right. You either gonna do right, motherfucker, or you not gonna do. That's all it is. That's how she moved. That's how she teach her boys. So
Right.
I'm gonna take one more caller, then I'm gonna wrap this one up.
Okay. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Talk to you later. Thank you. Have a good night.
Mhm. I thought I had somebody else waiting. Okay, so I'm gonna take these questions. There's ancient ships activated in Antarctica, the Moon, Mars, and Jupiter. Do you have info on this? Avatar's son. There's more than one ship in Antarctica. There's several of them. One bigger than all of the rest. The moon is a ship. Mars got ports, what equivalent to airports, but they've been inactive for thousands of years. I don't know about the ones on Jupiter, but one of Jupiter's moons had bases on which I don't think they've been reactivated. Most of these bases in this system is not going to be reactivated because they were used for nefarious ends. Let's see. Does every family have a black sheep? No, but most families do. Um, Totem is a horse. Can you give me some info? So somebody said they want to know about their horse totem. Study the horse. Um, find out what the horse. Let me see. Did she say familiar or did she say totem? One more question. I gotta go back over. Okay, so I mentioned in the live about alcohol in the bath. Elaborate on what it's for and how to do it. If you've seen that okay, so Pretty Lover, the alcohol in the bath is to wash the aura. And the proper way to use it is hot water, hot as you can stand it. You need Epsom salt. Whatever oil you choose is fine. That's the basics of a spiritual bath. And once you got the oils and the Epsom salt, you get in the water, then you pour about a half a cup to a cup of highest concentration of rubbing alcohol you can into the water, and it'll wash your aura. Your aura has a lot of negative energy in it from people having bad thoughts towards you. This gets that shit out your field so you don't have to deal with their energy. Okay, let me see. Okay, so Nail Conscious is asking me about cremation. The reason why you cremate is because it causes the body to not have what you call a sympathetic link to Earth. So there's no more tie. And once you cremate, they can either incarnate back immediately or they can go on about their business according to galactic law. That's why you cremate the body. When you don't cremate the body, you pretty much guaranteeing that they coming back, but you're not guaranteeing how long it's going to be. You have to do what you call a stellar read to know when they coming back. Okay, so let me see. I got one more in there, and then I'm going to take another caller. Mermaids and seahorses are not the same thing. 5G is some bullshit. It's a cover story. Classic Beauty, I would have to ask you some clarification questions to tell you what your dream means about your mom having the baby. I don't know when they're gonna activate the emergency broadcasting system, but it's gonna be without notice. Um, those light flashes have different causes. Some of them are atmospheric. This is for beautiful inner, and some of them are the crystal city being caught glimpses of at this particular time. Some of them is your standard northern and southern light. So it just depends on where you at, what day it is. You have to look at the stellar map to know what it is. Yeah, that movie was The Underworld. Um, you there's nothing. Well, you the filters clogged will hinder your. Just for dose of Lee, anything that we can eat that will hinder our mitochondrial power. You can't